grilled cheese?
I put pesto in it.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
That's
I'm
science
eating
right
very
there.
obviously. I don't have many more exciting foods left in the apartment though, so I'll probably be living off of lentils in a few days until I go to the grocery store.
Oh, jeez.
Very normal. Yeah.
You get the string.
What'd you say?
Can you see the stream?
Oh.
For anybody who's on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube right now, and it is not showing up.
I see it.
I can see in
You
this
do?
window
Has
that
it
we're
been
live on
20
YouTube.
seconds yet, Sean?
Rick, I think it has been 20 seconds.
I have not been counting.
Yeah, it says this event will begin.
This says 24 people are waiting, but there's nothing on the screen.
Scheduled for 7:30.
We'll start in 3 minutes.
I'm gonna refresh it and see if it makes a difference. Nope, still says 11.
Oh, Rick.
Hey
Thanks
guys,
for
when we
help.
get this thing going, can everyone just yell at my wife and tell her to let me bring my dogs on this thing?
Bring dogs.
Why aren't you allowed to put your dogs on it?
Because she wants them to watch me do this, but I want them to be here with me,
Yeah, they should be part of it, the experience.
right?
Yeah, put them in the gauntlet round.
Nope, still says 11.
It's streaming for me.
Oh, Rick.
It's streaming from the link that you shared, but not from the one that I had from earlier.
Hmm.
Is it the same link?
I just heard my own voice come through, but I don't know why, because there's nothing on the screen other than this picture.
The only thing I see is the picture.
Apparently, I was just picking my nose on the camera.
Katie has it streaming.
Katie can see us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
It's got the 20-second delay on it.
But it's working. Okay.
Yeah.
On YouTube?
It's
Well,
not
the new
streaming-
link that someone put in the chat worked.
Yeah, it's not working on the link that like we shared earlier.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we need
here
a
are new
different link.
What's the link?
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Katie has it streaming.
Yep. I'll put it in
Katie
the
can see us?
Facebook group now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. It's got the 20-second delay on it.
But it's working. Okay.
Yeah.
On YouTube?
It's
Well,
not
the new link that someone put in the chat worked.
Yeah, it's not working on the link that like we shared earlier.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's working in the Facebook group now.
That's good.
All right.
Oh god, I can see all of your faces. This is what you all
hey,
like.
Rick. Hey, Joe's here. Hey. On YouTube?
If you have YouTube up, please mute it.
On the links that like we shared earlier.
Nah, I think this should be as chaotic as possible. Let's open it up in 3 tabs.
See all of your faces. This is what you all like.
Hey, Joe. You play the YouTube feed into your computer, you can get this like Philip Glass style.
We'll get a great 20-second
Yeah.
delay echo going.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna open up a Zoom on my phone and just have it face the Zoom on my computer. It'll be an infinite.
Guys, I think I might have accidentally picked my nose like a little. Just if you're watching YouTube, it's gonna be like 15 seconds out.
Tyler, you look like a child.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Okay. So let's do this. It's up on YouTube. It's running. It's working. Okay. You guys good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. So tonight's show is about road trips. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sarah and I took a nice road trip to get down here to Tennessee. We have people checking in from all over the country right now. I know Shelly is down in South Carolina and most people in Boston right now, right? And
I am.
I
Anybody-
definitely am.
Austin.
Anybody in a different area? No? Okay.
The cat's in Boston too.
Great.
I'm
So-
from Boston.
Well,
All right,
I'm in
thanks, Rick.
Worcester, so
So all of these questions tonight will be about road trips, and our categories will be, I gotta look at it. Sarah, can you share that screen? So our categories for road trips will be driving, attractions, lodging, parks, and wild card. So I will ask two debaters a question. The one that goes first will get to decide which side of the debate they're on, and they'll also get to decide which of these categories they want a question from. Then I'll ask them a question. The person has a minute to make their case. Then the second debater has a minute to make their case, and then they each have a 30-second rebuttal. At the end of that, I will choose a winner. I am the only judge. And when you, the comedians in this group, disagree with me, you can feel free to keep your microphones muted. And when people that are watching this live stream disagree with me, they can, I don't know, yell in the comments. I don't know how you boo me right now, and I kind of like it. So if you agree with me, you can give it a thumbs up or something like that. Oh, God damn.
Joe figured it out. Boo.
Boo. Okay. So we'll start with the gauntlet round, where the debaters that win will just stay on stage. Is that the word we're using? The debater that wins will keep moving, facing a new debater each time, until they either lose or reach the bracket round. And then we'll get to the bracket round, where two debaters will face off against each other, and the winner will face another winner in the next bracket round, going down into from 16 people to 8 to 4 to 2 until we have a champion for the night. So let's get started. Our first two debaters this evening will be Maxwell Schultz and Christy Kilbasinski. Are you guys here?
Woo!
yeah.
So, and Christy, if you could unmute your microphones and get ready for this question. Why is my phone so much?
I'm unmuted, right? You can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, so Christy, do you want to go first or second?
Second.
Okay, so Max, you can choose from driving, attractions, lodging, parks, or wild card.
Let's do driving.
Okay. Your question, this first one is from Sean Carter. I don't need to read my own name. I don't know why I did that. But your question is, which is worse, being stuck in the middle seat between your two siblings on a long road trip, or driving with your three annoying kids in the back seat?
Okay. I'm gonna go with it's worse to be in the backseat between my two siblings, which is a stretch. They've never met, and that's a whole other story. But my two siblings are both very different in age. They're 14 or 15 years apart, and they're both very loud, opinionated people who definitely tend to argue with me about trivial things constantly. So it would be one of those situations where I would be in the middle, and my older sister would be arguing about the football team that I've never heard of or cared about, and my younger sister would be arguing about working at Party City and another thing that I know nothing about, while whoever's driving the car would just be yelling at all three of us, and we're all adults, so it's just even stranger. I would argue that that is worse than having the three children in the back to yell at, because then I could be the driver and just ideally control the situation. And that's my answer. It's worse to be in the middle of the two siblings.
Time. Okay, Christy, you have a minute to make your case now.
Okay, as a mother of 3 who has actually driven to Florida with 3 kids in the back seat, I guarantee you it's worse to be the parent driving 3 kids. You don't have to deal with in the back if the kid throws up. I've had to crawl over children with paper towels to clean up vomit on a highway. I'll tell you for a fact, that is way worse than sitting in the back or being talked about with sports or whatever it is that your sibling is telling you. Having to deal with 3 kids screaming, hitting, throwing up, shitting their pants. It is way worse to be the parent, without a doubt. Everybody's asking, are we there yet? Oh my God, it's horrible to be the mother or father driving a car with 3 kids. Is my time up? Oh, great. The last 10 minutes of any drive with any child is the longest 10 minutes of your life. It's a lot longer than this 1 minute, I'll tell you that.
Time.
Fair enough, and that's understandable. But do your siblings live on opposite ends of the country? Like one's in New England, one is in West Virginia, and have hard political opinions about both of those places, and for the reasons people are upset about those political opinions? It is a weird, the West Virginia sister is yelling at me about how like racism is bad, but it's fine. And my New England sister's yelling at me about how other political opinions like gay rights are better, but not ideal.
Time.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Unless your sibling has shit their pants and you've had to clean it up in the middle of the highway, I guarantee you being a parent is way worse, okay? I've had the smell of Oreo vomit in my back seat for the last 6 months. That doesn't come out, right? And when you're a child, you can get out of the car. I have to drive that car every day.
All right. Well, I think in this first debate, I got to hand the win here to Christy Kilbasinski.
Thank you.
I like when you guys clap, that's great because it really shows that people are listening to this.
Fantastic.
Okay, so next up to face Christy, everybody please welcome Kendra Dossie.
Hi.
Hey, Kendra, how's it going?
Good. I'm just having a White House press conference, if you could see.
I like this. I feel like we're in better hands right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get $1 million all from Mike Bloomberg. It's going to be great.
Sounds like a pretty good deal. All right. I like it. So, Christy, do you want to go first or second this time?
Second.
Okay. Kendra, you can pick from attractions, lodging, parks, or wild card.
Let's do attractions.
Okay. Your question is from Ken Green. He says, you're on a road trip, but it's getting late and you can only stop at one of these tourist sites. Do you pick the Spam Museum or the Sock Monkey Museum?
All right. I feel like the Spam Museum may be best in terms of food. I'm guessing there's going to be some Spam there, at least in the gift shop, and I'm not a huge fan of Spam, but maybe all the grocery stores are closed because of the coronavirus. Maybe I'm going on a road trip in the apocalypse and that's the last thing. You can't eat sock monkeys. They aren't as fun. I think they're just a weird excuse to jack off via bestiality because you're like jacking off into a sock monkey. So that's weird. I'm not into that. So I'm going to go to the Spam Museum. I'm going to eat lots of food and hopefully I'll have so much salt in me, I'll be able to be preserved. My dead body will be able to be preserved. It will be great. So that is what I'm going to go for in this moment.
Okay, Christy.
Well, I guess I got the Sock Monkey Museum. I mean, I'd rather go to the Sock Monkey Museum because honestly, I'd rather eat my foot than eat Spam. At least with a sock monkey, you can cover yourself up. You can spend the night cuddled up to a sock monkey. It'd be great fun. Your kids could have a lot of fun. Nobody wants to be stuck with a pile of canned meat. Has anybody had a good time with canned meat? Nobody has. At least I guess you could jerk off with the sock monkey, like Kendra said. That's a lot more fun than canned ham. I don't know. If it were me, I'd rather be with the sock monkeys than with the canned ham. That's all I got.
All right, Kendra.
All right. First of all, saying no one likes spam is anti-Hawaiian sentiment. Hawaii loves spam. They're all about it. They would be locked up in like 12 spam museums if they had the chance, okay? There's some great things out of Hawaii. Second, in the apocalypse, no one has emotions, so you don't need to cuddle with anything. All right. All you need to do is eat, sleep, and call your children you have boy, girl, and non-binary. That's all you fucking need, right? So I feel like, okay.
30 seconds.
Thank you.
I don't know. In this apocalypse that you speak of, I think I'd still want to be with a little monkey. A monkey would make me happy. A monkey would make children happy. I wouldn't be happy with the canned ham. I'd rather go hunting for other food than eat canned ham. I'm not gonna lie, Kendra. So, that's all, Sean.
All right. Well, I gotta hand the win here to the person that recognized how much spam can be appreciated in Hawaii, Kendra Dossie. So,
Hawaii loves spam. My platform is going to be every Hawaiian gets 5 tons of spam.
oh, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is Bloomberg paying for that as well?
Yeah, he'll be able to pay for it.
All right. So next up to face Kendra Dossie, everybody please welcome Hallie Griffin.
Unmute. Hi, I did it. What's up, guys?
Hey, Hallie, welcome.
What's her name?
It is hard to keep track of things right now, I gotta be honest. So Kendra, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. So Hallie, you can pick from lodging, parks, or wild card.
Wild card.
Okay. Your question is from May Keith, and this is really a very important road trip question. She asks, what's more essential on a road trip? Good snacks or good music?
I know in my heart it's good snacks. I don't care about music. You don't need music to live. Food is one of the building blocks of being alive. Music, you don't really need music to be alive. I guess it enhances the road trip experience, but it doesn't prolong the road trip experience. You can listen to the best soundtrack for like days and days on end, but it's only going to be days because the human body can only go for like what, 3 weeks without food? Yeah. So if you don't bring good snacks, it's going to be a very short road trip. That's my point. I'm done. I assume everybody laughed the whole time. Thanks for muting. This is weird.
Okay.
Do I have
So
any more
Kendra,
time left? No. Okay. I'm drinking Pink Whitney. It's pretty bad, but it does get you drunk very fast.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Pink Whitney.
All right, so Kendra, you have 1 minute to make your case, which is that music is more important on a road trip.
All right, I'm going to tell everyone a personal anecdote. It was the summer of 2012. I was on a road trip with fellows, like my fellow interns, going to Vermont from Connecticut. So that's like a 4-hour drive. Someone who shall be unnamed in this road trip decided that they were going to be obsessed with Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe, and I had to listen to it at least 20 times on the way up. Do you know? Okay, I was so sad. I was upset. And also, let's think about it. That song was released 2012, and then the opioid crisis happened. I feel like those are related. I'm just saying. So I feel like important music is good for your brain, your soul. It gives you the will to keep going, because I wanted to throw myself on the highway by like, I heard the song, by the 10th play of the song, I just wanted to like go on the highway and get run over. Thank you.
Okay. You had to listen to it for 20 times in a row. Like 20 times, how long is that song? Like 3 minutes? I can't do math right now, but I know that's not even an hour's worth of bad music. You can live an hour without food. You can't live weeks without food. I forget where I was going with this. Hey, Pink Whitney, the building block of being alive. I am eating while I was doing this bit, and I ate a big piece of garlic, and now my mouth tastes like garlic. Delicious and fulfilling. Way better than Carly Rae Jepsen.
Time.
Like, am I out of time? Can I keep talking? I'll keep talking.
That's time. Time. Time.
All right.
Okay, Kendra. You're
Okay.
up.
So yeah, I have eaten trash before and I have survived. I have barely survived going on a road trip with teens who only listen to Justin Bieber, okay? Like that's why I'm on antidepressants now. Justin Bieber is the reason why I'm depressed, and I'm suing him right at this very moment. Good music is integral to our spirit, our lives, and like to be able to drive forward.
All right. Well, I think you made a lot of good points there. I got to hand the win to, based on just the thumbs up that I saw during the arguments, Kendra Dossie. Okay,
Yeah.
I just want Justin Bieber to kill himself.
I didn't say Justin Bieber should kill himself. I'm saying I'm going to sue him.
Yeah, because you're on. Wait. Oh no, I lost the train of thought on that one. I'm going to mute myself.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Hallie. Are you eating ice cream, Hallie?
I'm eating a spicy Thai basil stir fry rice, which is also why I keep blowing my nose. I'm not sick.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But I guess it doesn't matter because we're not here in person.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're.
remember when Maggie's Lounge was a thing? So long ago.
It matters to me, Hal. I saw you today.
Hey, did you eat bread? Did
You
eat
gave
bread?
me food, and I ate it.
You guys
How
are
was
supposed to be
it?
isolating up there. What are you doing?
I threw it to. I didn't.
She's
All right,
riding
okay.
around donating bread.
Tyler has Miss Rona now, and it's Hallie's fault.
Where's Jared? Is Jared here?
It's okay. I ate that bat like a really long time ago. I probably don't have it. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself now.
Okay. About 5 seconds too late on that. Jared Faircloth. You here? Can you turn on your mic? Hey, what's up, Jared?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
How you doing, Sean?
Great. So you're going to be facing Kendra Dossie right now.
All right, fantastic.
Great. Kendra, you can choose whether you go first or second.
Second, please.
Okay. So, Jared, that means that you can choose from either lodging or parks.
I'm going to choose lodging.
Okay. So, your question is, when you're on a long road trip and you are too tired to continue driving, do you pay for a motel room or just sleep in your car at a rest area?
You can always sleep in your car in a rest area. Cars are comfortable. You never know about motel rooms. You don't know about the condition of the motel rooms. You don't know about the people that are around you. And I'll tell you, you're more reliable to be able to lock yourself inside your car than some motel rooms. Because some motel rooms, people can easily just be able to like knock down the door or get in. They have people that can gain access to your room, people that work in the hotel. Nobody can get into your car. And it's comfortable in the car. You can control the air conditioning. You can control the heat. It's good inside your car.
Okay. Kendra?
All right. So motels are very important parts of our economy. You could meet all sorts of people there. You could meet sex workers. You could meet You can meet like some drug dealers probably. You can even find an armed man to protect you for a little bit of money, you know. So I think we need to really appreciate low income economies. And for this reason, part of my platform is giving $1,000 to each person who is in a motel at this very moment in America, okay? Because we need to keep those things going, especially once the government collapses. All of those weird dudes with guns are just going to be able to protect us. It's going to be great. Cars, sometimes they smell weird. I have a lot of stuff in my car. And then you want to lay on a bed that probably has cum on it sometimes.
Wow. Okay, Jared, you're up. You have 30 seconds for rebuttal.
Lay on a bed that has cum in it. Who wants to lay on a bed that has semen? You talk about like people that like drug dealers and hookers and all that stuff at motels. You can find that stuff at rest stops also. And if your car smells, that's your fault. Clean out your car. Some motel rooms smell. Rest stops are great because you can get out, you can stretch your legs, you can relax. Yes, there's the issue of showering, but I always learned that you shower once you reach your destination. It's all right to be able to sleep in your car. If you clean out your car and your car feels comfortable, it's always good to stay in your car.
Time. Kendra.
All right. First off, life is a journey, and I'm not showering until like right before I die. Okay. I'm going to take some showers on the way because I don't want to smell too bad. Second, I think every person in this chat room with a dick has probably like slept in some bed with a little bit of cum in it, and that's a completely normal American experience. That's fine. It's all okay. Sometimes a little bit of cum happens, you know. In motels, they have the opportunity to wash it, as opposed to in my car where it's just going to sit next to like a potted plant.
All right, I gotta hand the win here to Kendra Dossie. Thank you, Jared.
Good fight. Good fight. We're gonna shake.
Good fight. Good night.
You think
so,
Toronto is spread by cum beds?
Wait, what?
Joe, you got to repeat it.
Oh, I think this cum bed hypothesis has some real legs to it.
Yo, were you a cum bed truther?
Yeah, I think George W. Bush was the first person to come in a bed.
Joe,
I remember the 2004 primaries.
We'll leave the black light on for you.
Joe, I can host. We're virtual now.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so upset. Joe's so upset. Joe could have a little joke as a treat.
Nope. He's done.
It's like two rams going at each other.
Wait till your time debating to make your jokes, kid. All right.
I'm triggered.
All right. So hey, we're at the bracket. Kendra, you can take a little break now.
Okay.
Cool. And we will start up the bracket. Oh. Just pick up the phone. We're getting a phone call right now.
Sean, do you have a landline?
Yeah, nice landline.
I am.
Let's go to Sheila from Duluth.
Every single millennial here is like, who has a landline, loser?
Well, yeah, Sarah's mom has a landline. That's who. We're currently staying with Sarah's parents, which is nice. One of the perks is that we have a landline. So
nerd.
Yeah, pretty great. All right. So first up in the bracket round, get ready. It will be Rachel Dunbar and Matt Shore.
All right.
Hey, Rachel. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
So, Rachel, you can choose whether you go first or second.
I'd like to go second, please.
Okay. Matt, you are getting a question from Parks.
All right. I'd like Parks, please.
Okay, perfect. So your question, this is an important one. Which theme park would you rather visit during your road trip? SeaWorld or Dollywood?
That's a very good question. I'd say I would rather visit SeaWorld for obvious reasons that I have thought about for a very long time, which would be, fish. Heard of these? Those are pretty great. The nice thing about SeaWorld is that your road trip can easily transform into a sea trip. If you have a duck boat, like most people, like I do, you just take your car, drive over to SeaWorld, hang out with the fish, right into the Atlantic Ocean, baby, or straight ahead, go, go straight over to jolly old England, wherever you want to go. Why keep this in the US? The US is bad.
Just waiting for the USA chant to start.
USA.
Everyone on mute now.
USA.
Hey.
Time. All right, Rachel, you have 1 minute.
So there is only one queen that I acknowledge, and she has long blonde hair and fake boobs. Okay, I don't know if y'all have ever heard the song Jolene before, but that song is life changing. Okay, 9 to 5, anti-capitalist. Okay, Dolly Parton is the motherfucking queen, and y'all been sleeping on her. Okay, I am taking my ass to Dolly World, hanging out with Dolly, singing some songs, hanging out in our coats that our mamas made for us, because that's who I am. I am a proud Southern woman, and Dolly Parton is my queen. And also, SeaWorld is fucked up, man. You know what they do to those animals? You know what they do? They take them from the wild, they put them in a bathtub, and they're like, here, go, jump through the hoops. Jump through the hoops for the people. Make them get wet or whatever. And then they go crazy and kill them. No.
All right, Matt, you have 30 seconds for rebuttal here.
You say all that, and do you even know what they do to the people at Dolly World? All of those poor country singers, they put them on stages. You can't see the cage that's in front of the stage. They can't get out. There's a car alarm going on outside of my apartment, and it's a little bit distracting. I'm very sorry about that. But live in the ocean, that's all you need.
Time.
Yeah. That was unfortunate timing.
The ocean is nasty. Okay, if I had to be stuck in a cage with Dolly Parton, that would make my life. That's what I want to be when I want to be quarantined with Dolly Parton. Okay, the only thing that I would have to fear is being smothered by her fake boobs, and that is how I want to die. First of all, I would rather get smothered by her fake boobs than get eaten by an orca.
All right. I like the passion. There's a lot of passion in this argument. I got to hand the win this round to Rachel Dunbar. Okay. It's like a silent auction here, like with the quietness, it's killing me. Like somebody turn on your mics so that I can hear you cheer when somebody wins. Not taking turns. Yeah, there you go. Get Elias in there.
I just want to hear isolated laughs from everyone. Just ha ha, that was a good joke.
Whackity smackity doo.
Okay.
Very fun.
I think that's a good amount of celebration for a win. When somebody wins, we can celebrate a little bit. All right, next up.
Maybe we should have a retroactive celebration for Kendra then. All right.
Woo! 4 more years. 4 more years.
Kendra.
Hey.
Kendra 2020.
Okay. So our next debate will be between Tyler Derniak and Pete Moe. Tyler.
Woo.
How's it going, Tyler?
It's going all right. How are you?
Good. So you're gonna choose whether you go first or second here.
I'll go second.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Great. Pete, what category would you like? You can choose from driving, attractions, lodging, parks, or wildlife.
I'm gonna go as a man of the Motor City with driving.
Driving. Good choice. All right. Your question is, would you rather your road trip companion drive frustratingly slow or dangerously fast?
Oh, that's easy. Frustratingly slow for me. I want to see the sights. I want to hear the sounds. I want to smell the smells. You know, let these people who are, I'm not a East Coast hustle bustle like all you guys. I'm taking my time, and it's also maybe a little more fuel efficient, better for the environment. I'm not, redlining this thing. That's irresponsible for everyone involved. I'm on the road. I'm not taking the interstate. I'm taking Route 66. I'm taking Oak Street. I'm taking the side roads and popping into your house when you're taking a shower. That's what I'm doing. And we're all having a good time.
Okay. Tyler.
I want to go as fast as automotively possible. And I don't like this suggestion that Midwesterners don't drive fast. We drive the fastest in the country because the scenery doesn't change. It's a never-ending mass of corn, or if you're lucky, soy. That's the two things. And I'd rather just see a single flat line than see every individual grain of wheat on a field in Iowa. I got to get from Madison to Omaha, and I only got 2 hours, and I need speed. I don't want to see what it looks like in Des Moines. I want to see what it looks like when the cops can't catch us. Time.
Listen here, fellow white boy. I've made that drive from Milwaukee to Ames, Iowa quite a few times, and I enjoyed every kernel along the way. And, I have the ability to find beauty in anything. If you can't find the beauty in the most wide, majestic horizons that are presented you from I-35 headed westward, I don't even know if you're really an American.
It's a good point.
All right. I think you're forgetting the main thing that you're going to be seeing, because outside of all that grain, it's just a lot of weird, disturbing, hardcore Christian billboards. I don't know who's paying for them, but they are giant. They're very hateful, and they share billboard space with porno stores, and that's just too confusing for me. I need to blow by those. I don't want to be able to read them. I want it to be a blur, just a singular, I want it to look like in Star Wars when they go into hyper. That's what I want, but instead of just stars, it's grain.
Wow. All right. Well, some good points here. But I think the billboard thing really got me. The writing is on the wall. Tyler Derniak is the winner here.
Quit hoarding all that toilet paper.
Those places have got to still be open, right? The highway porn stores. They're not closing for anything.
Well, it's a vital business.
That's essential. They
are essential workers.
They are emergency workers.
Listen, this isn't the first virus they've dealt with.
Who do you think knows how to get the semen out of the bed sheets?
Great.
We've already established that's how it's spread.
It's service workers who are very important and need to be supported in this time.
Yeah.
Pay the people who wash the cum out of your bed sheets, okay? That's what we need to do.
I'm not going to
Listen
pay
to
my
our
mom.
future president.
So our next debate will be between Laura Clark and James Sheehan. Hey, Laura.
Hey,
How's it going?
pretty good.
Great.
I don't know. I'm thriving in quarantine.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, pretty much. A little stressful at times, but overall, this is what I prayed for.
This
You
is
look-
anything cool in the car in front of you?
Oh, yeah, it's a license plate that says math sucks.
Right on.
That's
Looking
anti-Andrew Yang agenda. Propaganda.
All right, looks like a good road trip out there. So, Laura, do you want to go first or second? That's the big question.
I'll go second, please.
Okay, James, you're leaving the screen. Okay, oh, you're gonna get run over. James, do you want a question from attractions, lodging, parks, or wild card?
Let's do wild card, Sean.
Okay. Your question is from, nope, that's from James Sheehan, so we're going to skip that. All right. Your question is from Ken Green. He asks, more adventurous place to eat on the road, a regional chain restaurant that exists in no other part of the country, like Texadelphia, or a gas station that sells food made by the owner's mother at their home.
Oh, we're going with the gas station because it's, there's definitely chain restaurants. I'm not about supporting big businesses, especially in these times. It's all about helping out the mother. She make a fine pasta, and you gotta really just throw her a couple dollars. And there's other things you can get at the gas station, like scratch tickets. I mean, I'm sure most gas stations still have a Dunkin' Donuts there. You can get your iced coffee in a styrofoam cup because, that law takes like a really long time to reach like rural places. So yeah, definitely gas station mom food time.
Great. Laura.
Okay, so just to be clear, the question, which is the more dependable, predictable place that you should try along the road? Was that the question?
It was more, where would you want to eat? Where are you going to go?
Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to... Right, for adventure. Dunkin' Donuts is not an adventure. Predictable gas station fare is not adventure. The owner's mother, that's sweet, but like we've all met a mother. We've all like met someone who like loves their mom, and then the mom cooks, and like, yeah, you met one, you've met them all, okay? But like Texadelphia, a specific chain restaurant that like one kind of person like loves and swears by and no one else has ever heard of, like you're entering, like a regional thing. You're going to be marked as an outsider, and that's adventurous. You go in and they're like, oh, you're not from Texadelphia, huh? You're not from here. Well, then you've never had our take on jalapeno poppers, or you would have said it right. Like that's adventure. That's taking a risk. I cede the rest of my time.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if it's a regional restaurant, then there's probably a good chance that you can still Google it and its menu is online. Good luck Googling any gas station for whatever the mother is cooking. I mean, it's a surprise every time. Plus, I mean, you want to talk about adventurous experiences. I mean, gas stations get held up way more than restaurants do. So, I mean, you get a meal and you get a show. You pay for the experience. It's what you're getting. It's a bargain, really. I mean,
time.
Yeah, you pay for the experience of watching someone get held up at gunpoint and forced to give away the money that they need to support their ailing mother who's just in the back of the gas station cooking all day. Like, that's not a show I want to watch. I want to watch the show about the small town drama that happens at like the local like butt lickers, or like dad pumpers. I don't know like what they're called, but like the people there would know.
Time. All right, a lot of good points here, and I think a tough decision to make, but I got to hand the win here to Laura Clark.
You get
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, muting myself.
All right, thanks guys. So our next debate is between May Keith and Richard Canavan.
That's me. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, what's up?
Hi, May.
Rick,
Hi.
you gonna let Elias in on this?
Yeah, he's here. Hi, this is Elias.
Cool.
Hi, Elias.
May, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. Rick, you can pick from attractions, lodging, or parks.
Oh, attractions to lodging, please.
Okay, so we'll do attractions. So your question is, what's the worst roadside attraction to be standing near when it bursts? Is it a 35-foot tall paint can or a 17-foot tall milk bottle?
It's a 35-foot tall paint can. Please send food. We are running out of supplies, and I have a dog that needs to stay alive. He's very cute, as you can see. He could use a haircut, and he's getting a little fussy. But I think a 35-foot tall paint can and some food might be really good right now in this time. Does it feel hot? Is it feverish? Does anyone feel a fever right now? Is that just me? Does anyone have a antihistamine or is that?
Okay. So I guess it's your turn, May.
All right, Rick, the rest of us have all had millions of panic attacks. It didn't take a global pandemic to make us freak out and ask these questions. All right. And I also have a cute dog, but he happens to be autistic, so I can't make him come here and sit on my lap and look at the screen. Third of all, paint, like whatever. Everyone gets paint on them. Have you ever painted anything? It gets all over you. It washes right off. It's a little toxic, but we know that going into it. Milk exploding, though, that's just something you don't want to live through. That's something you're going to be working out in therapy for a very long time. And I know this because when I was in second grade, actually, Sebastian Molina threw a milk carton as we were all going back into the school from the cafeteria. And we all had recess canceled for a full week because he would not admit to it. So milk is worse. Time.
It's a lot of good points. Rick, what do you think?
Does anyone know if you can eat a shirt? It's mostly cotton. There's some polyester, and I think it's plastic. And I heard that dogs can't eat plastic. I heard it's chocolate and plastic and garlic. You can't give chocolate and garlic and plastic to your dogs. Please.
Okay, well, that's time, Rick.
So dogs can eat your face when you die, so that's fine. Whenever you go, your dog will get a nice meal there. You can't eat shirts, but what you can do is boil the leather in your shoes and then chew on that. There's a little bit of nutrients there, so that will help out. But yeah, really the big thing is either you have to eat the dog or let the dog eat you. That's where this pandemic is going, guys. Get on board.
I don't like that at
I'm not eating my dog, May. I'm not eating my dog.
I'm not eating my dog either, but I'm sure he'll eat me the second that I die.
Okay, no one wants to eat their dog, but if nothing else is there.
This is the best way. This is actually the best press conference from the White House yet, is Kendra saying, look, nobody wants to eat their dog. But when it comes to that, it doesn't sound that far off from what we might see on television at this point, right?
There is no way that Trump has never eaten a dog before.
That's why he doesn't have a dog. He had a dog. Now he doesn't have a dog.
He ate it.
And he's full now.
He also covered in gold.
Probably ate that dog.
All right. Hey, I got to hand the win here to May Keith.
What? Mute.
Rick, you do have a really cute dog. I want to know what the dog thinks about all of these topics.
He does not seem to have a whole lot of thoughts about it.
I feel like he's got a lot of big thoughts going on in his furry little head.
He really wants to get back down to his memory foam bed. That is not my lap. So I think I'm going to sign off. Thanks, guys.
I think Rick's lap is Tempur-Pedic.
Bye, buddy.
Pick a side.
All right. So our next debate will be between Mike Giordano and Wayne Maston. So, Mike, there you are. Do you want to go first or second, Mike?
I'll go second.
Okay. Wayne, you can choose from lodging or parks. Uh-oh, I think Wayne's on mute.
I'm gonna fix it.
I'm gonna have to we'll just do lip reading.
Okay, did you get me?
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to go with lodging.
Lodging. Okay, great. Your question is, would you rather camp out in the wilderness overnight or rent one room at an Airbnb with a super host?
I think I'm going to have to camp out. You know, we've got this issue of being socially distant from each other. So the best way that I know of right now to be socially distant is to be camping out in the wilderness. Hopefully I'll be far enough away so that when that special host decides to sneeze, I won't get anywhere near any of that droplet infection. And I can always chow down on that bear that decides to come into my campground because I'm going to be carrying a large Bowie knife and I am a trained killer. Me and that bear are going tooth and nail and I am definitely going to win. And I'm going to have me some bear steak for breakfast. And that's the name of that tune.
All right, Mike.
No, yeah, absolutely. I would go with an Airbnb with a super host. I mean, first of all, I'm looking to escape reality when I go on vacation, and I don't care about social distancing when I'm on vacation. If social distancing is my way of life right now, when I go on vacation, I'm going to be kissing everybody on the cheek. I'm going to be shaking hands. I'm going to be giving hugs. And the other thing is, a super host, you don't have to worry about them sneezing on you. Even if we were, dealing with, social distancing and going to Airbnb, a super host is going to stay 6 feet away, is going to push trays of food at me with like a 10-foot pole, because that's what a super host does. You don't get super host status by just, sneezing on everybody and treating a pandemic with lightheartedness and frivolity. I don't think so. Not a super host. I see my time.
I think that super host is probably going to try to make you drink some of the crap wine that he's got left down in his wine cellar that's probably 20 years older than it should have been when it was uncorked. And you don't have to worry about that when you're out in the countryside. You get that fresh air, you get that nice, cool mountain spring water that they make Coors beer out of. And that's what makes Coors taste so good. And you've got the sound of the birds tweeting in the morning to wake you up instead of listening.
The super host is, it's a sacred thing. And if they're sharing their cheap wine from the basement with you, I mean, that is a great gift. I mean, I'm sorry if maybe I'm just too young to know not to appreciate a gift when it's given to me. I don't know, but I think if it's shitty wine, it's still good wine because it's free wine. And a super host doesn't really give shitty wine without
time. All right. Hey, a lot of good points here. but I think the most spot on was how good a superhost is for keeping their distance. I got to hand the win here to Mike Giordano.
Yay.
All right. Next up, we'll have Joe Polana debating Stephen Archer.
Superhost all these viruses, am I right?
Oh, I love this. Look at Archer right now.
Sean, thanks for being here in Quincy, Mass. I really appreciate you being the God King up there. It's a great time.
Thanks.
I like that you had the guy from Half Baked on there. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle? Uh-oh.
Joe, do you want to go first or second?
I would like to go second, please, Sean.
Okay. So Archer, you can choose the topics between, nope, just parks. That's all. So
I'll choose parks, Sean.
Yeah, your question is from Parks. So your question is from Matt Shore. He asks, which small northern New Hampshire theme park is better? Storyland with storybook themed rides, or Santa's Village with Santa themed rides?
I mean, I'm not really from this far north. Is the theme parks just the gun store and you're just like, there's different names for them? Because I guess the Santa's Village gun store would be good. Because that's what you have in New Hampshire. Yeah, because there's like that ride where like the old guy's there and like he's just sitting on the chair and you sit on his lap and I don't know, shoots guns in the air or something. I really don't know what else there is to do in New Hampshire aside from go to the gun store. Exactly. Thank you. You can laugh out loud, Joel. It's all right. Time.
That's no fair. He gets an audience.
And it's Joel?
I paid him to be here. So.
Fuck. Well, Archer, the gun stores are the highway rest stops in New Hampshire. So that's where you made your mistake. It's liquor and guns at the highway. And then Santa's Village is where you go to meet people that are creeps year round, as opposed to just in the winter, like dressing up like Santa. Storyland is where you go to shoot those guns at dwarves. That's what the New Hampshire pastime is. It's you go to the theme park, you shoot your guns that you get on the way at dwarves and dragons, which are really just like the lizards that people in New Hampshire own because they're those kind of people.
Listen. Oh, sorry.
No, my time's not up. I could just keep going. There's no one stopping me. I'm not getting any reactions from the crowd telling me to shut up.
Time.
No,
Listen, those politicians in New Hampshire, they're people too. Don't just call them lizards like that, all right? And I forgot my second point. Well, you mentioned, oh yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Because you're talking about like weirdos year round. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of us here look like we're on an ISIS video right now. So we might be those weirdos year round. That's actually a stolen joke. Somebody just told me that. Shout out to you, Serge, for watching. Aside from that, yeah, I feel like the gun store, the rest stop, it's all the same thing in New Hampshire. I mean, either way, you're gonna run into your
This is my opponent, Carlos Mencia, would have you believe that it's all the same in New Hampshire, but only in Storyland can you see a whole family shooting guns together at just someone who's a little smaller than normal. I've been there on so many family vacations. It's so cheap compared to like a real theme park.
Guns are not cheap.
Oh, I mean,
Right.
the cost is like your life, but the actual like price of buying one is very low in New Hampshire.
Time. Well, Archer had audience with him, but I could hear Joel laughing more during Joe's part.
That's because he's from Rockland and it's racist.
All right, I got to hand the win here to Joe Polana. Woo. Leave Joel off mute.
You guys made me miss home with that one. That was good.
That was awesome.
Okay. Next up, everybody, please welcome Angela Sawyer and Craig Bideman.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Angela.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Great.
good.
Nice.
Seltzer, baby.
So, what, Angela, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, wow. All right, so you can pick from any category: driving, attractions, lodging, parks, or wild card.
Let's go with lodging.
Okay, your question is from Katie Dungar. She asks, more important feature of a hotel: free breakfast or indoor pool?
Okay. I'm gonna go with free breakfast because I have not ethically figured out how to order food into my house. Like Rick Canavan, supplies are running very low here. And I think at a hotel, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm on vacation, all the rules are off. So I'm gonna need like 3 or 4 breakfasts. And I want to take most of it with me in the car. And if I'm going, if I'm not in New England, I definitely need like a bowl of cold grits on the dashboard that I just stole from the hotel and put like in a bag that had pretzels in it before. And I'm driving along with my extra breakfast. A pool is just a place other people have peed in. And so if I'm gonna get the coronavirus, I want to get it while I'm happy. Like I want to die full is all I'm saying, not wet.
Time.
Well, so I learned how to swim in college. I took a class called Swimming for Non-Swimmers. It was a real thing. I took that class because I did not know how to swim. And now I fucking love pools. I love getting into pools. I think they're great. One of my least favorite memories, because I don't actually remember it. A friend just had to remind me after a wedding. We had been drinking. We got back to this hotel. It had an open pool. It was closed, but it was open to us because we broke the door open, and we ended up jumping into the pool fully clothed. It was one of those ends of the wedding kind of parties, and had a whole lot of fun. Didn't drown, felt great. Many of you know I'm sober. Last time I ever drank was when I was floating a river, and at that time I had not taken my swimming class yet. And so I felt really bad and I almost died, and I ended up surviving. And then that's when I was like, I'm going to stop drinking and I'm going to learn how to swim. Those were 2 things that I did at the same time in that moment. And now I love free swimming pools. Bring it on. I'll swim anywhere there's water, as long as it's not going to kill me. So.
Craig, I can appreciate the thrill of breaking into things that you're not supposed to be in. But you can always break into someplace where they have food and steal that, and it's the same thrill. Also, people might be like skinny dipping or anything like that. All that stuff, you can do it with food. You can rub food on yourself when you're naked. It's still fun. Third, as far as traumatic experiences of learning how to swim, when I was 6 years old and I was afraid to learn to swim, my dad sat me down and told me that if he threw a cat in a pool, it would swim fine. So I should be fine too.
Well, I'm going to tie these together. My favorite type of bath is taking a milk bath. It's you just throw in some milk into the bath, if I could swim, it would be I would swim through cereal. That's my favorite thing. I love cereal, and I love swimming in water that is available. So I'm going to swim in a pool of cereal. That's what I'm going to do. Angela, I love how much you love food. I love food as well. I would have loved your side, but I love swimming as well. This is something I will die on this hill, swimming in cereal. Sean did not like that.
I was just trying to decide who was going to win, and because I thought it was very close. This might be a tie, and then I was like, if Craig says that the cereal he's swimming through is soup, he's gonna lose because I will not stand for this. But I think I gotta hand the win here to Craig Bideman.
Hey.
Good debate, Craig. Nice job.
Great work.
Okay. So our final debate of round one. Everybody, please welcome Shelley Gruenberg and Kendra Dossie.
Hey.
Hey, Shelley.
Hi.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. So Kendra, you can pick from driving, attractions, parks, or wild card.
Oh man, all of them. I will go do driving.
Driving, okay.
Yeah.
Your question is from Jeer Palapple, and he asks, in the future, when cars drive themselves, will you let the car control the radio, or will you subject the car to your stupid tastes and risk it killing you out of rage?
Okay, first of all, who knows if the future will involve self-driving cars? Maybe all the cars will be repurposed into ventilators. Maybe we'll go on an anti-robot, like wave and just get rid of all the robots and all become Luddites. But in a situation that there is a self-driving car, we all know my thoughts on music, right? There's no way I'm letting this piece of shit machinery tell me what to listen to, okay? I know how algorithms are. There are algorithms saying that like Black people shouldn't get ventilators. How am I going to trust a self-driving car with music taste, okay? I'm going to put Tame Impala, and if that car kills me, I am going to be a soldier in the fight against machinery, all right? Yeah. That car needs to deal with what I want to listen to. Fuck that self-driving car. Robot can't tell me shit.
All right, Shelley.
No, there will be cars in the future. It will be Mad Max Fury Road, and I will be Mad Max. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but but I know my car is smarter than me. Because if I pick the music, we're just gonna be listening to Zach Brown Band, and we're gonna be listening to it loud. But if my car's in charge, he'll probably find something I'll like better, but I'm too much of a pussy to try. I'm sorry, I'm in my childhood home.
Yes, Shelley.
Ellie can't say pussy.
I see it the rest of my time.
All right.
Kendra, you are up.
Okay. All right. Well, Shelley, you listening to Zach Brown exclusively sounds like a personal problem. I could give you some playlists so you could put your self-driving car circa 2040 in check, okay? What if the car has a really bad taste in music? What if the car likes polka, okay? How am I supposed to know that? Do I need to like test out the self-driving car before I buy it? Like, how am I supposed to know? What we need in this time is more control. We need more control.
You know, I like to think I'm very in control of my situation. That being which pajama pants I'm gonna wear today, which twisted tea I'm gonna grab from the fridge, etc. You know, and also polka, good music, big fan. If my car, thank you, Apple Dumpling to go. Big fan of polka, big fan of Control, but not when it comes to car music, mayhaps.
What about Control by Janet Jackson?
All right.
Song
Okay.
I have heard.
Well, I gotta hand the win to the person here that I don't think is drinking twisted tea, and that is Kendra Dawson.
I'm not. You're right. I only have vodka and wine here.
Oh,
So I'm not
perfect.
drinking either. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you for your thoughts. I'll consider them in my next presidential campaign.
We're looking into that. We're looking into that very, very deeply. All right. So that's round one. Let's read the no contest questions.
Yeah.
These are ones that are not currently in the rotation to be asked, but one of them would be the last question of the night. So maybe give me a thumbs up for one that you like, and then I'll know that that's one you guys would like at the end of the night. Give me a thumbs down if you don't want to hear it, okay? And yeah, so this first one is from Mike Giordano. He asks, are we there yet? Neutral, okay. Two people don't care. Okay, this next question is from Pete Moe. He asks, who gets control of the radio, the driver or the person riding shotgun? Okay, we're getting some thumbs up on that one. All right. This next one is from Ken Green. He says, you just ran over a hobo. Okay, good start. I'm getting thumbs up already. Let me finish the question. You don't know where this is going. You just ran over a
Fuck it
hobo
now
on
or
a
fuck 'em
deserted
later.
highway while on a road trip. What's your biggest concern? That it will ruin a great time or that it will ruin your bumper? Okay, that's got a lot of thumbs up so far.
We got thumbs up on YouTube too.
Okay, we got thumbs up on YouTube too. Okay. This one's from John Farrell. He asks, would you rather drive over a bridge or under a tunnel? People are okay on that. They're like, maybe. Okay, this question is from Tyler Derniak. He asks, Roadhead, fun but dangerous or fun because it's dangerous? That's getting probably the most thumbs up. Wow, we always have to end on a question like that, don't we?
Roadhead, Sean.
All right, Tyler, I think we're going to use yours. All right,
Very excited about it.
let's start round two. So the first matchup of round two, we're down to the final 8 people right now. So it will be Tyler Derniak versus Rachel Dunbar.
Am I pointing towards Rachel on the screen?
On my screen, she's above you. There you go.
Yeah, you're below me. You're like diagonal to me.
Yeah, it's like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Rick Canavan is back.
And he's gone.
All right. So, Tyler, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. Rachel, you can pick from attractions, parks, or wild card.
Let's go wild card.
All right. Your question is from James Sheehan. He asks, where's the worst place for your car to break down during your road trip? Is it on the opposite side of the country or in front of your own place?
That's a good question. I actually had something very similar happen to me where I was 3 hours away from Boston and we broke down on the highway. I can tell you that there is just something about being so close yet so far away that really bites. Okay. we were so close to Boston, and then we broke down, and then the cops came, and we got in trouble because we were black. And that's what happens when you are so close yet so far away. If I was all the way in California, people would love me over there. They love black people over there in California. I don't mind getting stuck in California. And even if I was stuck in California, I can get on a plane, leave the car in California where I know it would be safe, and come home. But I do not want to get stuck out here. And I live in the hood. Okay. So I do not want my car to break down in the middle of Grove Hall. All right. I cede my time.
All right, so I don't want to have my car broken down across the country, right?
That's correct. Yeah,
that's correct. Well, of course I don't want it to be broken down across the country. Then I won't be able to sleep in my own bed and play with my own toys. And then if our car broke down just in front of our house, maybe we wouldn't have to move this time. Maybe I could stay at the same school. Maybe I could stay with my friends again. Maybe I wouldn't have to change if the car just broke down in front of our house instead of, somewhere else where we have to live there now. I kind of want to be at home for once. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to hang out with my dog. I want to sleep in my own cum-covered sheets. Like I just want to be back to. I just want to feel comfortable again. Time.
All right, Rachel, you got 30 seconds.
All right, let's all throw a big pity party for Tyler. Okay, I'm sorry. Did the little white boy have to move around every so often? Boo-hoo. Guess what? I got pulled over by the cops for being black. All right, that's what's hard. Okay, I didn't get to play with my toys either because I was too busy almost getting tasered by New York State Police. Okay, and that would not have happened if my car was stuck in California.
Tyler, you're up.
I just want to know, Rachel, like, do you think there's no racism in California? Like, do you think that just doesn't exist? Because, like, it's happened a couple times. Like pretty big racial incidents have happened in California. It's not just you. It's also in California. And little Tyler.
Time. All right, Tyler, I don't know if we need you to explain this to us. Well, I got to hand the win here to Rachel Dunbar.
Yay.
Hooray!
All right.
Is that a different dog?
Yeah, it's my other dog.
You have two dogs. What's this dog's name, and what does he think about racism in California?
This is Darby, and he's for it.
Rachel is allowed to beat up that dog. I'm just saying.
He's 10. He's from a different generation.
He's got a tiny dick.
Just an unrelated thought.
Time.
Rick, you
All
got
right.
a solution. It's
It'll
for your
last
dog.
forever.
Dog
That
is
thing you
dog.
just said on the internet.
So
What?
our next debate will be between May Keith and Laura Clark.
Hey, Laura. Where are you?
There I am. Hey.
All right. So May, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second, Sean.
Okay, great. Laura, you can choose between attractions or parks.
Parks, please.
Great. Your question is, do you listen to the park rangers and not mess with the animals? Or do you think you can outrun this buffalo?
Okay, so like I understand on one level I cannot outrun this buffalo, but absolutely like deep in my soul, I think I probably could though. Like I have that level of unfounded faith in my ability, particularly where animals are concerned, because as some of you know, I've been a dog walker for like 10 years. That includes cat sitting as well. So I consider myself a bit of a Dr. Dolittle. However, I'm also aware on some level that dogs and cats are different from buffalo, from coyotes, from raccoons and foxes as well. I always think, yeah, but if I ran into one in the wild, they'd want to be my friend. And so I would ignore that park ranger while pretending to listen, because I would secretly think I know better.
All right. I know that I have a reputation as kind of like a bad boy, but I'm actually quite the rule follower. So if a park ranger, an authority figure who has knowledge of the national park system, an important resource in this country that the Kendra Dossie administration will take care of, Dossie 2024. Anyway, yeah, I follow rules, and I certainly follow rules about large animals that can kill me. This is basic safety, people. Stay away from buffalo. First of all, leave them alone, all right? We already almost made them extinct once. Just leave them alone. Let them be. Follow the rules. Follow social isolation from the buffaloes. Time.
It's very interesting that my opponent thinks that wild animals are not to be fucked with, when her well-documented favorite book series is nothing but fucking with the DNA of people and animals. I just find that interesting. Don't you all find that very interesting? I find it interesting.
You know what I find really interesting,
Laura?
Laura?
Time?
Is that your
Was
time?
it my time?
I don't, wait.
You still have 7 seconds
Wild
left,
West
Laura.
out here today, Laura. I find it interesting that you would bring up the fact about using the animal DNA, may or may not be with or without their consent, when there's literally maybe 20 books devoted to that. Cassie's whole story arc is about whether or not it's ethical to morph these animals without their approval, okay? There's a whole book series about, you know, can you take a person's DNA? What level of sentience is required from an animal to do it? They dive into it, Laura. And the point is that in war, sometimes you have to make tough choices, and those choices are maybe never justified, but sometimes you have to do them to save the planet.
Time. All right, I'm gonna hand the win to the one of you that got so fired up I think you could outrun a buffalo, and that is May Keith.
I can't outrun a buffalo.
Probably.
So next up, everybody please welcome Joe Polana and Mike Giordano.
Where is he?
Well, hello, I'm here.
Okay. Tyler was showing off his toilet paper a minute ago. I don't know if you guys saw that on the screen, but he was just kind of holding toilet paper up in front of himself.
Yeah, the weird part is he kept calling it his girlfriend.
All right.
Listen, Joe, in the apocalypse, a hole's a hole, you know? It's, I'm gonna mute myself now.
You had your chance.
Joe.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or second?
Second, please, Sean.
Okay. Mike, your question is going to be from attractions.
Okay.
And your question is from May Keith. She asks, what roadside attraction is sadder? The guy who has a backyard collection of exotic animals, or the country's second largest brick, located in Montgomery, Alabama? Second largest brick.
I mean, a guy's backyard zoo sounds pretty exciting. So I'm gonna have to go with the second largest brick, because I mean, there's layers of sadness when it comes to the second largest brick. Now, to clarify, is it the second largest brick in Alabama or the second largest brick ever, and it's in Alabama?
I think it is the second largest brick that we know of in this world, and it just happens to be in Alabama. But May would probably be the authority on this.
second largest recorded brick, and it's not the biggest recorded brick. It's not the smallest recorded brick. There's nothing great about it. But then also it's in Alabama. That is the saddest part about it, because, you know, that brick has about as much education as anybody else in that state. And it still is in second place as a brick, you know? So yeah, I want to go to a man's backyard zoo.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, clarification, it is in Alabama. The brick is actually made of meth and held together by racism. So it's at least a little bit exciting to see how that works on a pure physics level. And the thing that's sad about the guy's backyard zoo is Mike just assumed there were animals there. No, I've been around this country. It's just a guy's backyard that's empty, and he tells you what he thinks is there. It's so sad. Someone should have put him in a home years ago, and they just let him keep giving tours of this zoo that doesn't exist. And he's just like, oh, this is the panda? It's like, oh, pal, you're in Scranton, Pennsylvania. There's no panda in your yard. You should have gone with the mill. I'm done.
So I guess Joe just wants to shit on people with an imagination, you know, because I feel like in this industry we want to be exposed to people with an imagination, and if that imagination conjures up a zoo that only that man can see, well, I mean, if we sit and listen to him and listen to him talk about those wild emus that are running across the field, that is literally just an empty lot of concrete and a chain link fence. I mean,
if Mike likes dementia so much, why don't you go fucking vote for Joe Biden? Yeah, I'm coming out hot. It was Biden's zoo. It was so sad. He's like, this is where there's no malarkey. It's just penguins. It was very sad. And the country's going in that direction. So that's the saddest part of all. You're welcome.
All right. I got to hand the win here to East Coast Hustle and Bustle, Joe Polana.
Oh boy, I'm gonna forget that I changed that, and I have the same Zoom for work.
All right. So next up, everybody, please put your hands together for Kendra Dossie and Craig Bideman. Great. Kendra, you can choose whether you go first or second.
Second, please.
Okay. Craig, you can pick from any of these categories: driving, attractions, lodging, parks, or wild card.
Oh, let's go with attractions.
Okay, great. Your question is, do you bring your children to see the world's biggest ball of twine or the world's biggest ball of barbed wire?
Oh shit. World's biggest ball of barbed wire. Because the hope is that they learn at a very early age that barbed wire tattoos are not allowed in this family, and the barbed wire material is not allowed, is not an okay form of solving problems, because they're going to learn that. Because if they're my kids, I was a shitty kid with a very bad attention span, like an adult that I am. They're going to go and they're definitely going to go touch that barbed wire. They're likely going to get a little bit more hurt with that barbed wire because they don't learn their lessons. Like I didn't learn my lesson very many times when I was growing up. So I imagine they're going to learn really fast that that is not a very good thing to play with, and that it is not okay to have barbed wire tattoos in this family. Goldberg was the only person allowed to have a barbed wire tattoo.
Who's Goldberg? What? What's a
Pro wrestler.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right, Kendra, you have a minute to make your case here.
All right. So I do not believe that we should punish children for their curiosity. I feel like there are other ways to let children know that barbed wire is a no-go, is not appropriate. And I also believe that we should be preparing our children for a worsening job market. There is so much you could do with twine. You could tie things together. Those two things, those two things could be really important. They could be planks of wood for a boat as you're trying to escape your now diseased hometown. We need children to start participating in the apocalypse economy. They are very, very important factors, and we need to get them ready now so that they have 10 years of job experience by the time they're in college.
If my kids are anything like me, they don't learn their lesson, and then they end up loving barbed wire as much as I loved getting tattoos. Now that I have them all, I haven't learned that lesson. So the kids will then end up using the barbed wire in the apocalypse for defense. They'll be able to, because they've adapted to not having any fear to the barbed wire, they will then use it for defense, attacking people, defending their homes, defending our home, defending this house, and more importantly, defending my cats. At the end of the day, it's a
All right. I don't know what you plan on doing with your kids, but all of my children, and this is my presidential platform, all children in America in 2014 are going to be trained in the art of samurai sword wielding, okay? And samurai sword fighting. So they won't need barbed wire. Barbed wire, like, it hurts, but like, people climb over barbed wire all the time, especially when everyone's hands are all callous. It's going to be easy. I want them to focus on twine and fighting people with swords in the future. All right, that's what's important. And so they could tie the swords together and just do that. It's going to be wild.
All right. Well, this was pretty close, but I got to, I appreciate Kendra's ability to say swords over and over again. I got to hand the win here to Kendra Dawes.
Swords. Children wielding swords 2014. I won't even be old enough to run for president at that time, but I'm just going to do it anyway.
Kendra, do you know which one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles uses the swords?
I don't.
Wow.
I know they're all named after Italian artists.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like the less important thing to know about the Ninja Turtles, but all right, we're going to get to that later on.
I mean, Italy has a coronavirus, so like maybe we should be careful about those.
Turtles are immune.
Yeah, you can't get the coronavirus from turtles. You can get salmonella, so be careful.
True, true.
Next up,
wash your hands.
We're down to four debaters at this point. So everybody, please welcome May Keith and Rachel Dunbar.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back. So May, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, you can pick
We're
from
right next to each
driving.
other on my thing.
Shelly's in between us on mine. Hi,
Shelly.
So Rachel, oh wait, May, you said you want to go first, right?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. So May, you can pick from driving, lodging, parks, or wild card.
Let's do driving.
Driving. Okay. Your question is from James Sheehan. He asks, the only minivan on the rental lot has been reserved. Do you cram into a sedan with your partner and 3 kids, or lie and say you are the family that reserved it and steal that minivan?
Ooh, well, again, despite the bad boy reputation, no, I think we're probably all going to cram into that sedan. I am one of 6 children, and they didn't even make cars big enough for my family until, like, do they even sell cars that have 8 seats in them now? Like, we used to just have to pile into whatever would fit us. We hacked together minivans by like making benches slightly bigger to fit in there. And in my opinion, is it really a family trip if you're not all crammed together, hating your siblings and just wishing you were dead the whole time?
All right, Rachel, you are up.
You know, I don't think it's a family trip unless you're breaking the law together. Okay, that's how my family and I do it. The Dunbars are a lawless people. We take what we want, we get what's ours, and that's a very strong skill to have in the apocalypse, because that's what you gotta do. It's survival of the fittest, right? That's how we do it. And there's like 3 people in our family, we'd still take it.
Yeah, and that's why you will survive the apocalypse. I mean, yeah, I got my mountains of vitamins and my stockpile of insulin here just in case. But I mean, I'm just banking on people following the rules of bartering. That's not going to work out long term. Nope, I'm going to pile with my friends and my family into the smallest, most reasonably priced sedan, have a horrible time on the trip, make some great memories, and that's how I'm going to live my life.
Damn.
So we won't have to stockpile that stuff because we can just go into your car and just take it and go to all the families and take their shit too. That's how we are going to survive. And that's how the Dunbars do it.
Okay, well, little less convincing that you were unjustly arrested by the police before now, Rachel. But I'm gonna hand the win here to Rachel anyway. I think it sounds exciting.
I was arrested for racism, not the crimes.
It was if you were stealing a car and you're white, you would be fine. Actually, that's probably
yeah.
Sean, stop being racist.
It's my fault.
Just to be clear, that question is based on a true thing. My dad stole a 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan from family in Montana while we were there on a trip, as they were in the door. So we had to hurry.
Yeah.
I'll unmute now.
I think that everybody here is probably aware by this point that if you reserve a car, that does not mean that that car is going to be there when you show up to get that car. Right?
Oh yeah, Montana has very fair squatters' rights. So if you get it first, it's yours.
Yeah. All right. So now to determine who's going to face Rachel in the finals here, everybody please welcome Kendra Dossie and Joe Polana. So Kendra, you get to choose whether you go first or second.
Second, please.
Okay. So Joe, you can pick from lodging, parks, or wild card.
Okay, take sports. I'll go with fuck it. Let's go wild card.
Wild card. All right. Your question is from May Keith. She asks, this is surprisingly similar to your last question, Joe, but we're going with it. Would you rather stop at the Arkansas Alligator Farm and Petting Zoo, where you can pet alligators, or at Maine's Bread and Puppet Museum, a 150-year-old barn where retired puppets are turned into museum exhibits?
That's actually in Vermont. I've been to it, the Puppet Museum. It's wild. They are the size of the barn, and they look like nightmares. And the Bread and Puppet Theater Company has had multiple charges of anti-Semitism for their anti-Zionist songs that they sing with puppets. It's wild. This is all 100% true. I know too much about it. I accidentally stole a CD of their music, and it's weird. They have something called the Hitler's March sung by puppets, and it's bad. So I think I will go, since I've already done that, I might as well pet an alligator, because at least it won't say anything anti-Semitic.
Okay.
I came into this packing heat.
All right. Kendra.
All right, here's my plan given that information. What we're going to do is I'm going to get Trump to pay me money to pee on him. I'm actually going to donate that money to this anti-Semitic puppet museum. And then we're going to be able to connect Trump more explicitly to Nazism, and then hopefully he'll go down. I mean, that might increase his poll ratings with some Americans, but I do believe that we could go on like a spy mission to this like fucking anti-Semitic puppet museum, which first of all is already creepy as hell, right? But we got to use the tools we have available to create the downfall for other people. If we're able, if like Jared Kushner gets really upset that his father-in-law donated money to like puppets that sing Hitler's Youth, I feel like a trip to the weird anti-Semitic puppet museum may be worth it. I won't enjoy it, but I love espionage.
Time.
I think, Kendra, you underestimate.
All right, Joe, you got 30 seconds.
I think you underestimate people going to a puppet museum in rural Vermont's ability to read the internet. It's not happening. The alligator people are much more tech savvy than the puppet people. They can't even do animation. They're still using bread and puppets. Like, come on, they're not contemporary, and they will not be swayed. Like, if you link Trump to anti-Semitic puppets, okay.
Okay, first of all, I feel like Vermont and Arkansas have the same problems with internet connectivity. And this is why when I run for president in 2024, there will be internet in every rural area of the United States so that people could look up how fucking, if they are anti-Semitic and they're into that, they'll be creeped out by the puppets. I believe that. Puppets and anti-Semitism are two very despicable things. I don't know anyone who likes.
I gotta clarify. You think it's a museum? It is fully one barn. Just filled with.
The fuck it is.
Very.
I don't care if it's. I don't care if it's in a shack. It's gross. It's gross. We're gonna use it to bring down the government, though. That's my plan.
Arkansas also has a big cat preserve. I'd rather go to that. They have a bear named Bam Bam.
The government is at stake. We have to kick out the fascists. I can't do that at an animal. I can't do that while petting a cat, okay?
Time. All right. Well, lot of solid points here, but I gotta hand the win to Joe Polana.
Okay, well, once you dropped the bomb that was fucking anti-Semitic, I couldn't do anything about that.
Yeah, that was a little unfair.
What am I supposed to do? Like disliking Jewish people, perfectly fine. I will support. Like, I'm not going to do that. No.
Hey.
What? I was saying that rhetorically. I'm saying I don't.
You just said you donate to an anti-Semitic puppet
to bring down Trump. I don't know. I feel like this will work. How about we just burn down both places, okay? I feel like that's fine.
Well, I can't wait for that one audio clip to be taken completely out of context.
It's going to ruin my presidential campaign.
Or will it?
Yeah, that might help you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's fucked up.
So our finalists tonight will be Joe Polana and Rachel Dunbar. So, Joe, your question was already determined earlier tonight through the ones that people gave thumbs up for if they wanted to hear. But do you want to go first or second?
I would like to go second, please.
Okay. So, Rachel, you're going first. I'm so very sorry about this question. It's what that people wanted to hear. Okay. Your question is from Tyler Derniak. He asks, Roadhead, fun but dangerous, or fun because it's dangerous?
Thanks, Tyler. Fun but dangerous, or fun because it's dangerous? You know what? I would love nothing more than to go right down the Autobahn while someone is going down on me. That's what I say. Just like the circle jerk said, live fast, die young, Angela knows what I'm talking about. That's how we do it. That's how I want to die. I either want to get smothered by Dolly Parton's boobs while getting roadhead for her while driving down the Autobahn because it's fast, dangerous, and fun. There you go. And I cede my time to Joseph.
Well, boy, as a bisexual man, I've both given and received roadhead, and it was terrifying on both ends, really. So there's no saving grace here. I'd say like lots of things are dangerous. Danger is not enough for fun. Like, like I'm not out there just touching my face nonstop. Like it's not like an enjoyable thing. I'm not. I've never tried to punch a bear. Like I don't know. Like there are things that are dangerous but not fun. And roadhead is more dangerous than it is fun because the angles. It's all about the angles. Is really what I'm hitting at.
Time. All right, Rachel, you have 30 seconds for rebuttal.
All right, so I'm pansexual, so I've given and received roadhead from like everybody, all the she's, the hers, the theys, the thems. Everybody's in the car with me, okay? And we're going down this road trip together, straight into the apocalypse. We're all having orgasms. We're all just coming to death, coming on our beds, coming in the car. Everyone's having fun. We're going to Dolly World. We're yeah. Okay, cool. Fuck you, Tyler.
It's actually illegal to park at Dollywood unless you're giving roadhead. It's a weird fact they have. You can't pull into that parking lot unless your mouth is fully around a vulva or dick. Around the vulva. I have made it very clear I understand the female anatomy. And the angles, again, I'm going to stress this, the danger is not enough to equal actual clitoral stimulation.
Time. Okay, I think that was enough of an argument. So
I want to do the hobo thing.
So hey, there's no way that I could decide a winner here. It's going to be up to you all. You have to go in and determine our winner for the night. Go into the Pick a Side Stupid Facebook group right now. And at the top, you will see a poll where you can vote for either Rachel Dunbar or Joe Polana, depending on who you think won this debate, won the night. So go into the Pick a Side Stupid Facebook group right now and vote on your favorite. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for the votes to roll in, why don't we do one more debate with somebody that was eliminated earlier. So maybe Laura, I think Laura looks the most like she is on a road trip right now. Definitely want to get her back in here. And then Mike is just kind of disturbing. Mike's picture is just kind of disturbing. So I'm going to avoid that. But May looks like she's on a road trip also. And you guys had one of the better back and forths earlier. So why don't we just have a rematch of May and Laura, and May can give her the what for talking about Animorphs like that.
I actually took this picture on a road trip to Montreal, so that's why it looks so authentic.
I took this picture on the road trip I took from LA to Boston when I got my divorce. So, no, also authentic.
I took this picture from the internet. It's very authentic.
It's very upsetting.
I didn't take the picture that I'm in. Somebody else took that. My arms are not long enough. Okay. So May, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first this time.
You should have, I feel like if you got a fan so that it looked like you were on a motorcycle or something right now, May, it would have been perfect.
It would really steal my bad boy image. Yeah.
Okay, so your question is from Ken Green. He asks, you just ran over a hobo on a deserted highway while on a road trip. What's your bigger concern? That it will ruin the great time you're making, or that it will ruin your bumper?
I'm way more concerned about the time that I'm having than the bumper. I have ruined every car I've ever had. I bought a new car last month, and within a week, I knocked the mirror off. Last week, it got rear-ended. It's at the mechanic now. The mechanic is closed forever. That car is gone. I just don't have a car anymore. I could give a shit about a car, but the fun time that we're having and the memories we're making, that's all I ever think about. Like, what do people think of me? What do they remember of me? If I go on a road trip with someone, I'm trying to like form a bond. I'm trying to have some nice memories. I'm trying to have a personal connection. Great, now we murdered someone. I mean, admittedly, that is one of the more personal connections you could have with someone, but it's not really the right tone I was trying to set from the start. Time.
Yeah, but you're bonded for life. I don't know. As sort of the nice guy of Pick a Side Stupid, I guess I'm first and foremost, I'm concerned that I took a life from this world. I'm concerned how I did that, but also like getting your bumper fixed is expensive. It's depending on who you go to. Like if you don't know someone who knows someone and you're just going off like Yelp recommendations, like you could be spending untold amounts of money just because you're like, oh, I need to get this thing fixed, but I don't know what to do about it. And then maybe they have some questions. Maybe they're nosy about where all the blood is on the bumper and why like you and your friends are all quiet and like kind of looking at the ground. Like that's going to be a whole thing. I don't know. Honestly, I do think it would bring me closer with whoever I was road tripping with.
Yeah.
Yeah, murdering someone does bring you closer to others, but again, the relationship is never quite the same afterward. And I want to be clear, we ran over a hobo, not like a senator's son. Like nobody's asking too many questions about this. I don't support that, but that's the way of the world. All right. That's how the world works. Also, you know a guy who knows a guy. We all know it. We all have an insurance guy in this community. It's Craig. He'll fix your bumper or he'll help you get it fixed.
Oh, okay. Right. So the bumper, I don't know. I'm just thinking about like the look in someone's eyes as they take their last breath and how I could have prevented that, I guess. But that's like me. Bumpers are expensive.
Okay, that was dark. I gotta say, yeah, hey, you're both winners, of course. Thanks for doing that at the end. We just got a new person in our group here. Hey, it's Sean Rosa, everybody. Hey, Sean. Are you there?
He's
frozen.
Is he frozen? He looks like he's frozen.
Oh, no. No, he's moving. He's moving for me.
Speak anytime, Sean. It's okay.
Sean, hello.
We're all friends.
Hello, Sean Rosa. Can you turn your microphone on?
He is not connected to the audio.
Oh no.
His microphone is not on.
It's not on. The mic is not on, Sean.
Okay.
Yep, he's connecting to audio now.
Well, I think in this last one, I'll debate Sean Rosa.
Woo.
And I'm going to do it before he can connect his audio.
Hello?
Ah, god
Yay!
damn. Hey, Sean.
Take that.
Welcome.
Hello.
You just missed the whole thing, man. But maybe we could have you debate somebody as the final 2 or 3 votes roll in. What do you think?
Sure.
Great. So what about Sarah? Maybe you could debate. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah's looking around for a different Sarah. No, she says no.
Very confused.
Come on, Sarah.
She says
Sorry.
Okay, I say we have Wayne Maston do it so that we can have the 2 guys on phones arguing each other.
Hooray. Hi, Wayne.
I think he's frozen now.
Oh.
All right.
What brand of YouTube video, just guy yelling into phone.
Yeah. All right.
I miss my friends.
John Rosa and Craig Bideman. Let's do this. Very simple question. Very simple question here. It's from Pete Moe. Okay. Sean, do you want to go first, second?
I'll go first.
Okay. Very simple question here from Pete Moe. He wants to know who gets control of the radio. Is it the driver or the person riding shotgun?
Oh, the driver. Absolutely the driver. They are the one doing all of the work. They are responsible for the music. And even if that means having to take their eyes off the road, you've put your life in their hands. You listen to what they want to listen to. That's the rules.
Okay.
The rules are you keep your eyes on the road and you drive carefully. Having been hit by a car in the last year, I know it's important to keep your eyes on the road and not be a distracted driver. Sean, it's important that you allow other people to share their podcasts or music or streaming videos while you're driving. Even though I hate it so much not being in control, it's very, very helpful to let other people share the things that they like in their lives. When I was riding with a friend here recently, just the other day, he was like, "Do you want to be in control of the music?" And I go, "Are you sure?" And he said, "I don't know. What are you gonna put on?" I was like, "Are you sure?" Because handing me the option of playing the music is going to be you're taking a risk. It's either gonna be some Billie Eilish or it's gonna be some fucking hardcore shit that might make you uncomfortable. It's fine. Or Billie Eilish makes you uncomfortable. I don't care. I'm not gonna drive.
Look, yeah, I am also a driving control freak. If you have a problem with me, like with the music I want to play or the fact that I'm taking my eyes off the road, you can do us both a favor and get out of the car. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be here. I have to because it's my car and I'm driving, but you get out of here.
I'm not I'm not above kicking people out of my car, but I would like to just hear what my friends are listening to. That's how I discover new stuff. That's how I get involved with new music, new podcasts, stuff like that. It's fine to give up control every now and again, Sean. It's okay. And at the same time, you're being safe and you're not hurting anyone and you're not getting in any accidents. And gosh darn it, that's rules, Sean.
Time.
Take that.
All right. Well, again, obviously you're both winners here.
Obviously.
And as all of these votes have come in at the end, and I will announce our winner for this evening. If you could all unmute yourselves so that when I announce our winner, we could have clapping and cheering and excitement. So everybody has put their votes in on the Facebook group. And our winner tonight is Joe Polana.
Hooray for Joe.
The
All
only
right.
Semite in this group.
Well, thanks everybody for doing this. This was an exciting experiment in live streaming and debate comedy. Two things that I never thought I would do in my life coming together at once.
Or even as of Monday.
So come back Monday night for the open mic.
Wait, what?
They can't kick us out of our houses for being drunk.
And make sure to go
They
back to
absolutely
Maggie's
can.
Lounge if you guys are ever allowed to leave your house in Boston again.
It's very
I
empty.
hope so at some point.
Thanks for
Oh, James, that's a great picture in the background there.
If you Google Maggie's Lounge, pick a side, there's a lot of like stock photos of just like Joel in the front laughing.
Nice.
This one is
Joel
showing
is like a stock photo of somebody laughing. That's true.
I already uploaded pictures of us tonight. It's just on brand.
Yeah.
There's a picture
All right.
of just
Well,
a
thank
bingo
you
card.
all. We will we'll set up something again for next week.
Happy quarantine, everyone.
Oh, this was fun.
Everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
I hope everyone enjoyed watching it. I do not support anti-Semitic puppets.
The cover up begins.
Aussie 2024.
It
Okay,
looks like
thanks, everybody.
Joel is
Good night.
fading into the abyss.
Bye.
I love you
All right,
all.
Bye.
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 Love you.